Hello, friends. It's great to see you. I hope that you're doing really well. As you can see, if you watch my videos, I am in a completely different place. And if you watch a lot of my videos, you can see that this is my old office. I'm actually back in California for a little while, so welcome back to my old teal office. Good to see you. Today we're going to do a straight up Course in Miracles breakdown of a section of A Course in Miracles. So sit back, get your pen and paper, and write down some things because I think that this one's going to be really good. All right, so we are in Chapter 11, Section 3, Paragraph 4. Chapter 11, Section 3, Paragraph 4. All right, so this is a great section because it blows a lot of your preconceived ideas about your spirituality and what spiritual enlightenment might be kind of out of the water, right? So we're going to read a little bit of it. We'll talk a little bit. We won't be very long, but I think it's got messages that I know are really important. All right? Okay, so here we go. Paragraph 4 starts like this. The way is not hard, but it is very different. Let's stop right there because I think that that's really important. So from A Course in Miracles point of view, you are already connected with all that is, with God, source, and love, right? There's been no separation. It's a perceived separation. So when you are in this separated state, what happens is you believe that you have to do a lot, and it's going to be really hard to get back to that state of flow, that state of peace, the state of love. In the Course in Miracles, it's called the atonement, right? The at-one-ment, if you didn't know that. So when he says, the way is not hard, but it is very different, it isn't hard because it's already happening. Right now, as you're listening to me, as you're maybe studying or doing whatever you are on your spiritual path, it all comes from this place of it's got to be a little difficult. But it's not. It's not difficult at all. At all. But it is very, very different. So remember, the egoic mind or the separated self always wants to make sure that you suffer. Always wants to make sure that the ego's edict is search but never find. But the Holy Spirit's edict from A Course in Miracles is you've already found. So the way is not hard, but it is very different. Yours is the way of pain, of which God knows nothing. The way is hard indeed and very lonely. Fear and grief are your guests, and they go with you and abide with you along the way. So think about the struggle, the push, the trying, the making, all of that stuff that you're doing, not just on your spiritual path, but in your career, in your relationships. The separated self makes everything very difficult. When in truth, it is very easy. It's super easy. But it's very hard to hear that, see that, and know that when the egoic or separate self is running how you perceive the world. Does that make sense? So that way is very hard, and he says very lonely. Because what happens is you feel like it's you and me against the world. Really, me and me against the world. That's what people tend to believe what life is, right? So he says, but the dark journey is not the way of God's Son. The dark journey of struggle, of strife, of trying and pushing is not the way of God's Son. And then I love this. Just beautiful. Just listen to this. Walk in light and do not see the dark companions, for they are not fit companions for the Son of God, who was created of light and in light. Let me say it again. Walk in light, and do not see the dark companions, for they are not fit companions for the Son of God, who was created of light and in light. Take a deep breath. It's just beautiful. Do not see the dark companions. We're not pushing away what is real. When there is self-loathing, when there is judgment, when there is anger and everything, or anything of that nature, it is not real. The only thing that makes it real is that we believe that it can hurt us. So he says here, do not walk with dark companions. Now that doesn't just mean others, it means you. It means how you speak to yourself, how you treat yourself, what you say over and over and over to yourself. He says, do not walk with those dark companions. Walk in the light. Walk in the light. So let's read on. Speaking of light, the great light always surrounds you and shines from you. How can you see the dark companions in a light such as this? That is so true. The great light, which is life itself, which is God, which is love, which is source, is always within you, around you. You cannot not be connected to it, right? So when he says, how can you see dark companions in the light such as this? It's very obvious. You can see them when you don't see the light. You can see them when you're more focused on controlling, when you're more focused on being right, when you're more focused on allowing yourself to be lost, right? So that's how it is. So the great light always surrounds you and shines from you. You might not know it at some times, but it's always there. So let's go back for a second. How can you see dark companions in light such as this? If you see them, it is only because you are denying the light, like I just said. You're denying what's there already. Opting instead to listen to the separated self, to listen to the ego saying that you're not good enough, other people are horrible, blah, 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 right? So if you see them as because you are denying the light, but deny them instead. For the light is here and the way is clear. What I always say to my students is, when those insane, sorry, I almost dropped my book. When those insane thoughts happen of fear, of judgment, of being better or worse or all of that stuff, all you have to do is say, I see what's happening. Thank you for sharing, but I'm going to love anyway. Thank you for sharing, but I'm going to stay in my truth. Thank you for sharing, but I'm just going to come back to what's right here, right now. So remember, the way is not hard, but it is very different. Hey, listen, if you have any questions or comments about this, because I feel like it probably would bring up some stuff for you, please put them in the comments below, and I will definitely react or respond to them. And if you feel like you would like to get on our email list to be invited to our Thursday night Zoom meetings, I would love that. And yeah, let me know if you need anything at all. All right, take care of yourself, and I'll see you really soon.